Hello, everyone. Today, I thought I would return prematurely from taking a streaming break because I feel honestly a lot better. I'm not completely okay compared to last time. There's still some slight difficulties, but more or less everything is fine. So we're going to jump into this. For those of you who don't know and, you don't really watch every one of my videos, understandably, because people are busy and all. Uh, Kind of a week ago or somewhere along those lines and time frame. Kind of was just hit with this really weird brain fog. Uh, I don't really understand why it happened, but I kind of just like my brain just went into the shitter. To be honest, it just like I was dizzy. It felt like trying to recall detail wasn't quick enough, and if I was remembering something, it would be very delayed as compared to normal. And brain wasn't braining, basically. It wasn't doing the do. It wasn't working. And it was weird because, okay, so there was a blacksmith. Oh, no, it's a stonemason. I need this, actually, but I don't want to... I don't really want to mess with the jobs right now. So I'll leave him here, but that's cool. I still wish there was a blacksmith, but whatever, I guess. Actually, no, we already explored that. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I had some difficulty with memory and stuff, where I had to try and, I guess you could say, reteach some of the stuff that were memories and stuff, and I had to practice thinking about stuff, and focusing was very hard for a while, but now I'm kind of in the state where I don't feel dizzy, I don't have any of that kind of brain fog, I guess, but I do have a little bit still a little bit of a difficulty remembering exact details of things. So I'm kind of still taking it a little easy, and I'm not trying to force myself to think really hard about things unless it's absolutely crucial. Um, so yeah, just wanted to let everybody know I think I'm fine for the most part now. Um, also, Cat is very much not happy with another from the things I'm hearing, fighting over. Ugh. Anyway, so I wanted to start this off before we get into exploration. And for those of you who were like, man, I already heard your health update, just get into the gameplay, skip ahead a little bit. But I'm going to stop moving here, and when I start moving again, then you'll know that I'm done talking about something else. But I kind of want to just... This is something I thought about making a separate video about this, like I did with the Dragon Ball video way back, and since other deleted Dragon Ball video where I was complaining about games and stuff. It's going to be less of complaining because I don't like just complaining. I like offering feedback. I feel like just bitching and crying about something doesn't fix anything, and I'm not trying to doom post anything because I hate that shit. So, uh, I do want to talk about the Minecraft a little bit, right? I play other games. I play this for a while. I'll come back to it, and I'll play it for a bit, and then I'll kind of just take a break from it for a little bit, and then I'll come back again. It's very much like Skyrim in that sense, but maybe not nearly as much as other people. I play Skyrim maybe once every year and a half, if even that. And the duration of that time period is different. But I do come back to this game somewhat frequently, I guess. Aside from the playthrough stuff. I mean, even just on other worlds and the creative world that I had a previous video on. Um, so, yeah, you go back and forth offline. Maybe I'll continue working on that in that world again. Maybe post another update because there is some changes that I wanted to discuss. Um, Simply because I don't want to say drama, But let's just say someone that I used to know, I'm not really cool with anymore. We'll just put it that way. So, thanks for the follow. Hey, how's it going, Piper? Um, I did, I did kind of want to talk about, you know, this is gonna be in a YouTube video, but I kind of want to talk about Minecraft and how it's kind of, I like it, but I've always kind of had this issue with the game in the back of my head. I'll start moving. Um, Also, I am listening to an audio video. I hope it's not coming through, but yeah, I'm just trying to relax. Being relaxed kind of helps me focus. We'll just listen to some rain or something. You're not going to hear it in recording, but um, yeah, because I don't want to deal with stupid people claiming content. Anyway, so lately, apparently, there's a snapshot coming out. Right, and get some acacia wood while I'm talking. So there's an update that came out, a snapshot, and it's been. I feel like the Minecraft. I hate the word community, as everybody knows, but I feel like it's still applicable. The majority of people that play Minecraft, I feel like the demographic has. Maybe I'm completely wrong in this, but I feel like the demographic is probably mostly not. I'm sure a lot of kids play it, but I would say that there is still a sizable portion of adults that play this game, I guess, right? And I feel like every update that they just come up with now, they just add a bunch of content to the game that really is just kind of like, oh, wow, that's cool. What does this do? Oh, it just looks cool, and then it doesn't do anything. Like, there's so much content. Like, the last update was the... Was it the signpost update? Where they added the signposts and other stuff? People were already pissed off with the let's go into the mine here. People were already pissed off with the birch tree scandal, birch forest update, because that biome just sucks. I'm sorry, it's so out of date. And then they kind of just bait everybody into thinking it's going to be an update, and then they kind of just like, oh well, you shouldn't have got your, you know what I mean? That kind of shit it was really, rightfully, it pissed a lot of people off. And Minecraft, or more so Microsoft, has had this obsession with worrying about what people say, what people do, basically ruining Realm server stuff, which I never really messed with, but and there are a lot of people that are still were worried about Java Edition becoming obsolete when it isn't. And Mojang really haven't done a good job of addressing any of these problems, right? They haven't really, at least in my opinion, they've only made, my concerns with it worse. Especially, just, I don't know, just in their behavior. They keep doing things that are, kind of concerning, to put it mildly. But I always want this game to succeed. I mean, I was one of those people that played it in the, was it beta or alpha? I don't remember. It was a very long time ago. And, I obviously don't want this game to fail. Player numbers have been decreasing. A lot of the Minecraft YouTubers, at least from my impression, are kind of getting fatigue. And I could understand that, because certainly I kind of feel like, what more can you do in this game? Like, I've always had this thing where it's like, okay, so we kill the dragon, then what? Then what do we do? Oh, well, you can go kill the guardian, but it's like, but why would I do that, though? Why would I go out of my way to find this stuff when it doesn't really matter that much? Why would I kill the wither when, yeah, I get the beacon, but it's like, do I really want to go collecting all those hard to get wither skulls and then deal with, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like most people, by the time they get to mid-game, before they're going to fight, you know, they're gearing up, they've got the diamonds, and they're preparing to fight the Ender Dragon and going to find the, you know, the, not the dungeon, what's the word for it? The fortress. People are like, man, I really don't want to sit here and fucking farm Enderman. And then go through this long, lengthy process of like, oh, I gotta find the... And yes, I'm pretty sure that there is a way to find the fortress with some kind of math, but let's be honest here, most people don't do that. Most people aren't going to pull out a calculator to figure it out. Um, so, you know, the average person is just tossing ender pearls, wasting them. It's like, it's just a big ordeal. Like, the mid-game to end-game, I consider killing the end dragon the end game. For me, personally. But most people, they're just going to get tired of it. They're just going to just, you know, at least in my experience, I constantly get to mid-game, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking farm all this stuff and, you know, deal with all this stuff. It's like, it's just... There's a horse. Is that a pony or a donkey? Or mule or donkey? What's the difference? I don't know. There's a villager here. What? I should go get some sticks, actually. We need to get some ore. But yeah, I feel like, you know, looking back at the stuff, like, for example, I was somebody, and I'll openly admit to this, I cast a vote for the glow squid. I thought it would add a feature that would be cool. You know, I want more ocean and sea creatures in the game, because I like sea creatures and stuff. I know a lot of people wasn't happy when, and you know, I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but yeah, would I admit that that guy's influence, you know, people were really upset about that. The whole voting thing. It's like, I mean, they always get upset about that, to be kind of honest. Let's put some coal in here. But, in all fairness, that's just how voting works. You can't be upset that someone, influencer, has an opinion and people follow it because they like the guy. That's just how voting works and how opinion works. And you can't really say it's rigging a vote when you're just saying, convincing people of an opinion, right? But I am definitely one of those people that are like, why are we having these mob votes? I mean, there's so much barrenness in the game. Like, like, surely everybody's experienced it spawning in a world and it's nothing but just endless ocean. Like, that's not good generation at all. Right? Where do I want to start my branch mine? I could do that while I'm waiting and stuff. I guess we could just use this. But yeah, there's, where do I guess I want to put this. We'll go this direction, I guess. Start down here, I guess, why not? But yeah, you know, I'm one of those people that's like, why not just add... I didn't get the damn sticks. Why don't you just add all this stuff, right? Like, you know, you're talking about termites. Everybody remember those? Remember the desert and the combat update and all this other stuff that never happened that they said was going to happen? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't need this much coal in my inventory. Do I really? I mean, I don't want to use that. Whatever, we'll just use it. Get some sticks here to get the torches and stuff. I don't need that much. Of course, I'd like to hear any other thoughts on the matter, because, you know, maybe I'm completely wrong in the feeling, but like looking at some of the stuff they add, like the pandas. What do these do? What do they add to the game? Right? Like, okay, the frogs are cool, but, you know, really? Like, I'm just, like, most of the, like, the copper even, it's like, oh, the lightning rod, but it's like, it's such a minor thing, it's like, I want features that, like, add to the game, like, add to the lore, expand the... Basically, I want Minecraft to get out of this stereotype of just being an open world game, where I feel like open world is just a code word for just empty vastness of nothing. Like, I genuinely believe that. Like, this game has been out for so long. Why are we not seeing, you know, story stuff and expanding upon that kind of stuff? Why are there these biomes that are just nothing but trees and that's all you do in them? And nobody thinks that's a problem. You know, well, I don't want to say nobody. I'm sure a lot of people do, but I feel like at Microsoft, like... What? Really? You threaded that needle? It's crazy. But this game really needs... really needs story content. I want a story to this game that isn't vague. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that the lore masters will be like, oh, well, actually, you know, it's like, but okay. I want an actual story, though. Like, I want progression that actually isn't ridiculous and just a grind fest. Like, this game is relaxing. You can have progression that isn't, like, just farm like an enemy over and over and over again until you get exactly what you need. Whatever, I'll do. But I mean, there's just so much content in this game, if you'd even call it that. But there's just not much to do in it aside from this classic, oh, you know, we're doing a survival let's play, which I do think can be fun. I mean, I am doing it, right? I'm not trying to argue that, you know, there's no fun in this. Of course, it's fun. But I want it to be more fun. I want more things to do that actually matter. I want features in the game that have mechanics and have an actual purpose aside from, oh, guys, here's an update that adds a flower that's just a dye. Can you imagine if the pitcher plant, like, actually was, like, an enemy and attacked you and like, did, like... You know what I mean? Like, there's so much they could do. Like, even the end. Like, there's nothing to do there. Like, even after you... That did a lot of damage. You know, there's just so much that they could be doing, but instead they just add this shit that's just like a texture swap or just a one-off thing that you're like, oh, that's cool, and then you don't really care about it ever again. You know what I mean? I really... My advice is go look at the biomes that have just trees in them and add something that gives you a reason to go there, aside from collecting the wood. Touch up the jungle, I want to say jungle monument, but the jungle temple. Like, that thing is so old. Can we get a revamp of the jungle temple? Like, have it be like a proper thing? Can the desert, random wells that you find serve a purpose? Can the pyramid, can we get like pyramids or something, or the jungle or the desert temple, can they serve a better purpose now? Can the pirate ships actually have loot that isn't just like, loot in this game isn't that great. It's just copy paste of just the same thing. Like, can we get new ores that actually add weapons and stuff? You know? I mean, the thing is, like, they get, like, an entire year. I mean, the intervals which they post updates is not good. And so to have all this time where people are just wanting content and they just... Oh, here's a signpost. It's like, really? And they make such a big deal about it at their Minecraft conventions or whatever, at Minecon. It's like, dude, this ain't it. Honestly, in my opinion, this ain't it. Like, this game makes so much money. You can do better. Like, you need to do better, like, genuinely. So my advice is focus on adding content to the game that has replayability. There's a point to it that isn't just a niche redstoner. Like, let's be honest, the average player probably doesn't touch redstone and probably never will, because it can get complicated, at least for me. Like, let's just, like, let's get it going here. This game is old. It's unfortunately, it's getting old. In terms of age, I mean, I don't want to see this game just kind of fade into obscurity in 20 years. You know, I want the next generation to be, and yeah, I realize I'm only 28. I'm not old, but there will come a point when it's like, this game will kind of be like, wow, you played that? At least I feel that way. There's a lot of other games, like, I remember, I wonder whatever happened to that game. Whatever happened to, what's that game called? Not Cube World. That game failed. What was it was, Hytale. Whatever happened to that game? And they're, uh-oh. Well, never mind. Not RIP. Luckily, they're getting stuck here. That's weird. I don't even bother killing the creepers. I just get close enough to where they'll explode. And another creeper. What is going on up there? Could get in the water, but that doesn't matter. Gonna use the creeper's explosion to kind of break some of this. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. And people don't agree, which is fine, I guess. But that's just how I feel. I want the game to succeed, but it's not. I feel that way about a lot of games. Like, there's so much you could be doing. You make so much money off a said game, like Pokemon. Like, you make so much money, and this is the best you can do. I'm not going to turn this into a Pokemon rant, but I'll just leave this opinion here. Can we get a Pokemon game where you play as an adult for once that isn't Pokemon Go? And yes, I realize that the main character in Pokemon Coliseum is, I think, 18. But even still, like, come on. I'm sick of them. I mean, it's Nintendo, but... Well, I say it's Nintendo, from the same company that releases Bayonetta and in the past has ported over Resident Evil 1 and they had Resident Evil 0 and... Yeah, even the old classic ports, the Code Veronica, the 2 and 3, so RE4. So they do... There have been horror games on Nintendo game consoles. So... I don't know. I kind of wish Nintendo would kind of just say, hey, our audience that play Pokemon aren't just kids, and... I don't know. I feel like they just play it safe, because now safe for Pokemon games is to just have a really ugly game with Pokemon missing and then charge you microtransactions to get box space. Yeah, really gotta catch them all. I turned it into a rant. I'm sorry. That's all I am. It happens. So yeah, I'm getting this to get levels for an enchantment, but I do need to start looking for lava here, because, yeah. Or lava, I mean, more diamonds. I want more diamonds. Also, this wasn't the best spot for a branch mine, but... whatever. I also hope that my stream quality isn't bad. Sometimes when I get back into streaming, there's always some kind of scuff. So I'm really hoping that there's no, like, desync or choppiness going on. Somehow I'm not recording my audio even though it said it was right. I've been there in all those instances. Yeah, I'm in a good mood though. I feel a lot better today. I am hungry though. I am definitely very hungry. Waiting for food. Alright, let's... I gotta find the exit here. Don't want any fucking creepers just, like, falling above. I mean, I know it's happened to people, but just imagine when you're, like, on hardcore and then a creeper just, like, YOLOs it off the top rope, and then he just booms. It'd be funny. Well, funny and for everyone else to see the video highlight of that happening, but maybe not so much for the person playing the hardcore difficulty run. Alright. We're gonna dig in a different direction for stuff, but I'm gonna deposit this stuff. That area could use a torch. This area's kind of dark too, what the heck? One thing you should know also, if you've never seen any of my Minecraft gameplay before, you know I spam torches, so... alright. All this copper that, you know... Doo-doo-doo. And I'm not gonna cook all of it right now. If there's anybody still in chat, how's your day going? If you're anybody still here, just fine. People are busy. What do I want to do? The Dorito. I think I said last episode I was going to start building my house, but I really want to get a mine going first. It's going to be difficult, though, because there's that pit over there. I'm going to turn this all into copper blocks. Is it the 9? Oh, yeah, it looks like it. All right. Let's pull the rest of it out, then, and then compact it. Actually, just do it this way. Yeah, I always want a stack of dirt and cobblestone. I actually don't need 2 stacks. I don't need this. I don't want to only die and then drop the iron. Okay. I guess what we'll do is... So there was... It's like down there and it kind of went... So we're going to go like... Maybe we just... We build our house like just right here in the middle? I guess we could, right? Alright, let's get started on... I should make a shovel. Let's make some more tools, because I don't want to waste my... I don't want to waste, my diamond pick durability. Just do that. Okay. And let's make a couple of these. Do I have diamond armor? I do not. And then... you know what? I don't use the shovel that much. So I think I will make a diamond shovel because I don't Like, I know that might seem contradictory. Why would you make something that you don't really use a lot? But it's like, well, I know that I'll use the tool, but I don't use it enough to where I feel like it wouldn't just be nice to have. Does that make sense? Like, I don't feel like it's gonna insta-break making it, and I feel like it's gonna carry value because I'll keep it a long time, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. Let's start the process. Let me actually put on some music. For some reason, my stuff didn't start. Because Minecraft, for some reason, doesn't like playing music constantly. Which, I mean, it doesn't have to constantly, but I would have preferred if it had more frequently played music. I did say last time I'd consider looking into the Optifine competitor and I think, a music mod or some kind that just plays music more frequently, but I don't know. So I always do 2x2. We're gonna be here for a while, guys, but it's just how I do things. I'm also going to proof it so that I don't bang my head every time and I gotta constantly spam jump. There's not enough room. Alright. I'm really hoping this doesn't end up in some kind of like giant chasm or something, but we're gonna have to see. I'll have to find a way to block us off too. I don't want villagers going all the way down here. You know what? Now it's kind of tempting. Do I just make a cave house? Like I've done the last 3 times. Probably not going to see any ore with this by the time we get down anywhere. It's probably all this is going to break, but whatever. I feel like I missed a whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna make this a block taller each. That is very tempting right now, but I would rather focus on digging straight down first. I'll be converting a lot of this into stone bricks, probably. And so I'm fine with getting a lot of cobble. Oh, the rare Minecraft music. Actually feels, man, I wish people would know just how nice it feels to not be dizzy and have trouble thinking. Like, it's, oh my gosh. It feels so much better. To be honest, that mine over there to the left, the hole with the skulk, was kind of disappointing, so. Think you harvest the skulk sensors with Silk Touch, but I don't want to mess with it until I know for certain. I mean, okay. Just don't be confusing. And like 50 million paths. I will still continue digging down that way, though. This could be like a stop point we could, I guess, do. Oops. Alright, let's check this out while we're here. I've already been here? What? When was I here? I mean, alright, that's kind of funny, I guess. I'm gonna leave the copper for now. I will maybe, if I feel even better or I'm still in a good state of mind, I'll probably stream more Pokemon White tomorrow. So, maybe we'll go for a longer stream that day, maybe. And by longer stream, I really mean we will probably record more Minecraft and Pokemon. Or maybe I'll just do like an hour plus episode of of Pokemon. I don't know. I'm trying to really experiment with the length of videos that I do. Because people were saying that they like shorter videos instead, so. A fucking baby zombie. Oh my god, why? Alright, we're just gonna continue the normal way. I'll remember this. I really don't feel like going down that way, so let's just stick to the plan. Arthur, I've got a plan. I don't know if jumping up into these cause damage, but I don't want to risk it, so I'm breaking them. Because I sometimes just do really stupid shit and just jump into things and die, so. Okay, well, that was a very good torch placement there. Imagine there's a zombie spawner. First mob farm. I'd prefer if it were spider spawner. I'm gonna have to look up how to make a spider spawner again, but I made one before. See, that's my level of intelligence with making, like, contraptions in this game. When I figured out how to make a spider spawner, I was like, yes! I did, like, the hardest thing ever. I feel like every time I watch a tutorial in Minecraft that tries to explain something... No, scratch that. It's any tutorial ever. Whenever I try to learn something, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I'm somebody who, if you don't explain how something works, okay, I'll talk about this, right? I don't. I mean, look, I'm near 30. I feel like I'm at the point where I don't really care about embarrassing stories. I didn't know how to multiply or divide until like 6th year of school, and I didn't learn it from anybody there. I learned by friends, and some would say, "Wow, really? That's kind of bad." And it's like, yeah, it is. But my brain is always stuck in this way of thinking where it's like, if you don't explain to me how something came about, like as an example, you ask like, I don't know, what's 30% of something over X cubed, yada yada yada. I'd be like, dude, I don't understand a word you just said. Like I get percents and why they're a thing. Like I understand like, oh, multiply. You take numbers, it's like faster adding. And dividing is like, I guess you could say faster subtraction. Like I get the point of it. So then it's like it makes sense to me. But then you'd hear these people say, "Okay, well, find this thing. Figure it out." And then they'll say, "Well, the way you do this is you just use this formula." And I'm just like, how do you know, though, that this does what this does? Like, how do you know? You know what I mean? Like, why do you know that this specific thing does what you need it to do? You know what I mean? Like, what is this tool? How did it come about? And how do you use it? I need the full context here. And so often what you'll see is, oh, here's a tool, figure it out. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that for me. You have to tell me like every detail about this tool. Like, and then to make matters worse, what they'll do is they'll do like, okay, so now you know how to use this tool, but here's an even better way to use this tool. It's like, dude, you don't understand how hard it was to figure this out. And now you're just saying, oh, that way is not as efficient or good? Like, geez, man, come on. Like, that is so awful. Because then it's just confusing the fuck out of everything. And that's why I suck at math. Because anytime I try to learn it, they do shit like, oh, well, you should remember how to do this. It's like, no, motherfucker, I don't remember anything about math. Like, you underestimate just how much I do not know. Like, I am not embarrassed to say that I don't know fuck all about math. I try. I've tried to learn it in my off time. But nobody ever wants to just explain to me how it works. It's frustrating because I feel like I have the capability to know it, but nobody wants to just get into the finer details ever. It's just, oh, I don't care, fuck it, here's a tool, figure it out on your own. You know what I mean? Like, I'm someone that needs help with this. Because I very much, I'm sorry, Bat. I prefer learning by doing. And you need to explain to me the details about it. Like to normal people, it might not bother them to know the history behind something, but for me, it really does matter. The history behind how something came about and why it was created the way it was and why it does what it does. Like, I need to know that stuff. Like, and I try to tell people that, and it's like, I feel like people just don't understand what I'm saying. I had to explain that to so many people, and it's like, dude, these skeletons. I remember seeing, I was watching on the topic of the snapshot stuff. People were complaining about the skeletons seeing you through walls, and that actually does seem to be the case. That's absurd. But yeah, it just, you know, I feel that way. I've tried that with so many different things with trying to learn how to make a video game and learning tutorials on like game engines. Like there's a period where I was trying to learn how to make a Left 4 Dead map, and there were just so many assumptions being made. Oh, you should know how to do this. You should do. It's like, dude, why is nobody just wanting to say anything about the basics? Like, yeah, there are tutorials out there, but there's nobody just willing to help, and it's so fucking awful. Can you imagine a world where people were just wanting to help each other and teach somebody something? Instead of being like, oh, you need to pay this amount of cash, and then just hope somebody gets it or not. Like, kind of a side rant, but that's also part of the reason the American school system sucks as much as it fucking does, because it just seems like nobody gives a fuck. And if they do, the people that do give a fuck don't have the resources to help somebody who needs extra help. Like, I look at the shit that my brother was, like, doing, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you learning? Like, you're learning, like, rocket science. Like, I don't know what's going on. I need more pickaxes. Like, when I think about conceptually about things, like, I think about how planets move through space, and you know, somebody said to me, "Oh, you know, there's these fields in space, and you know, the particles pop in and out." It's like conceptually, like I get stuff. Like, you know, I'm like, but when you get into like that finer detail that isn't like explained in great detail, like if you don't explain it for me, then it's really difficult for me because I need to know the story behind it. Because otherwise I just don't know how to. It's like throwing me a jackhammer and not telling me how, you know, and not telling me how to use it. It's what is this? What is the purpose of this thing? How did it come about? Give me a very simple explanation or example of this being used, and then increase the difficulty. But a lot of times it's like, oh, this does this, and you're just like, dude, why though? Like, I'm not trying to like make a joke about it with the for why stuff, but it really does feel like that. But for why? Like, why though? Like, why? Why does this exist? How does math just work in the universe? Like, has that never disturbed anybody? Like, oh, yeah, the math can predict all this stuff in reality. It's like, why though? And nobody wants to answer that. And anybody that does want to, again, it's always an instance where, oh, well, you know, you should know this, and it's like, dude, really? I don't even remember what the fuck I started this conversation on, I'll be quite honest. I don't even know what led to this conversation. Uh, we got tons of copper, though, so. In case that wasn't enough copper for everybody. Okay, we gotta wait for this iron. You know what? I'll just make another diamond pickaxe, whatever. When the mine actually reaches the bottom, I'm sure we'll see plenty of them. What time is it? How long has it been going? And we'll continue for a little, like 6 more minutes or something. I don't want to go over the hour mark though. Yeah, we're gonna continue working on the branch mine next episode. I'm just waiting for the iron so I can make a little bit more tools. Wait for one more. I don't know. Maybe other people can relate on that level with math. Like, it doesn't feel like it's impossible to learn. It's just nobody wants to take the time to just explain the finer details. So, did I make? Yeah, okay. We'll dig for a little bit longer. I will continue the normal method. Or just ignore that for now. Okay, I got a plan. What we'll do is we'll do this. We'll just, we'll make, like, a room later that, like, connects down here and just, like, a path here. Something like that, I guess. Make it 2 block, or 2 width. A lot of the dig stuff today and the breaking of blocks is mostly just saving some time in the future, because I know I'll do it in the future anyway, so... Actually, that should be 3 width, but whatever, we'll mess with it later. So I put a rail or something there. There's something I was gonna check on. I forgot what it was after I was done streaming. I want to start thinking about what that might be. It wasn't that important. It was just info checking, but... where's my dirt? Never mind, I guess. We'll just use this. Okay. I'm not worrying about that right now. Skeleton is already lining up a shot, probably, because it sees through a wall, so... Yeah, but I wanna hear what other people think about Minecraft in its state, and maybe the story about learning math and stuff. Oh, I remember. The conversation started because of redstone being kind of difficult to learn. Like, a lot of people get it who have like a history of like learning coding and stuff, and that's where I was coming from. Really, there's no like other... Just do it that way. This is going to be difficult for sure. Whatever, just... What are we working with here? What's the problem? Sometimes, game, you just want no cave and just a relaxing dig straight down to the bottom. It doesn't have to be this crazy. Well, I explore some of this stuff later, probably. More than likely, yes. It's just I want to make sure I have at least a branch mine, and then if I want like a giant open cave or something, then I'll have the giant open cave, but whatever. I just don't want to deal with that at this moment in time. I want to keep it simple. Alright. I want to go store some of this cobblestone. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna convert this to, stone brick and stuff. I will, of course, make stairs as well. I'm also almost level 30 as well, so if we get some obsidian here, I need to make a bucket, so I don't have any iron. So we'll make a bucket first thing, and then we'll try to get some obsidian, make a portal. Yeah, whatever. I'll do it next time. Alright, so, yeah. I'll try to stream tomorrow if I'm still feeling okay. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, probably. Later.